This person is thinking of a way in which to appreciate you, and I'm hearing something only you will understand. And with this energy of you really are the best thing that has ever happened to me, this is somebody who wants to spare no expense, whether that is an expense of emotional energy, time, or even financial resources, in order to be able to let you know that they set you apart from all others. They are very single minded as far as this connection is concerned. This is somebody that is not entertaining other options. They don't want to meet anyone else. They don't want to see if the grass is greener elsewhere. They don't need more time to decide. You have taken up residence in a very special place within this person's heart. It's like there's a little throne in their heart, and it's had your name on it all along. You have arrived in their life in a very unexpected way, or feelings for you have come about in a very unexpected manner, and it feels right and natural to have you sitting on that throne in their heart, crowned as their queen, as their king, as their empress, as their emperor, as their consort, as their divine counterpart, as their mate, their match, their partner, whatever label works. This is something it feels like that feels very natural to this person, almost inevitable. More will happen between the two of us. When I imagine a high vibrational, wonderful partnership, I feel that the reality of that is something that can be created, that we can continue to create with one another. It can be created only with you. We also have I am being subliminal with how I feel about you. So this is tying into the idea of like the art of seduction. This person doesn't want to show all their cards at this particular point in time because there's a sense of almost like an element of surprise, kind of like hinting at sort of a deeper truth that they want to express to you. Not as a way to play a game of cat and mouse, but almost as a way to kind of like set the mood, to draw out the energy of expectation from within you, so that whatever it is that they say, whatever it is that they present, whatever this next kind of like action step is, or this kind of grand gesture, that lets you know that you have a very special place in their life, that this is something where they want you to be kind of like surprised and yet not surprised. They want to kind of exceed your expectations. You're expecting one thing from this person, and they're going to go about things from a totally different angle, but they are very certain that you are going to be so pleased, you're going to be thrilled, you are going to feel like this is more than I could have hoped for, this is more than I could have prayed for. This is more than I was expecting at this point in our connection or from this person. There may be kind of like a hidden romantic side to them that they've only sort of teased at. You've gotten little hints, little glimmers, little glimpses of this. And the way in which this person, it feels like, has shown this to you. It's a love language that you have not usually experienced, you've not ordinarily experienced, or it's something that it almost feels to be something that is kind of very much the opposite of sort of how this person's surface level personality manifests. So if this is somebody that is very kind of like outgoing, very gregarious, very friendly, their preferred love language is something that may involve kind of like quiet, almost kind of like physical contact, staring very deeply into one another's eyes, sitting not in an uncomfortable silence, but almost kind of, lounging within that essence of like, we don't need to exchange words. There's telepathy between our hearts. Or if this is somebody who is usually kind of reserved, kind of quiet, then this may be a very sort of like loud public declaration of affection for you, that may demonstrate like, hey, this person has a lot of courage inside of them. When it matters the most, when it's something that is really meaningful, this is somebody who is willing to like take off that mask, or, kind of like shift personalities into a different aspect of themselves. And, they are very bold. They are very open. They are very expressive as far as like matters of the heart are concerned, claiming you publicly, or the ways in which they sort of like show you off or show this connection off. That may be something that is very different from how they kind of move through the world ordinarily, where they don't, have a whole lot to say. They kind of just observe and don't really speak much. So it's something that it feels like is kind of giving you sort of an introduction or preview to like, there are so many different layers to this person, that they are becoming more and more comfortable kind of like letting you know this, letting you know who they are beyond sort of the surface level personality. This is like inner circle access that it feels like they want to give you, but even kind of like a hidden part of themselves that close family doesn't know about, close friends don't know about. This is something that is just reserved for like one special person. This is a side of them that maybe even no other lovers, no other romantic partners have ever kind of like motivated this person, or it hasn't been the right blend between themselves or any other to kind of bring this forth. This is somebody that never wants to like leave you guessing as far as like where you stand with one another. This is somebody that doesn't ever want to make you feel like underappreciated, undervalued, or overlooked. This is somebody that wants to make sure that you know you are top priority for them. They only have eyes for you, and that doesn't change whether it's a good day or a bad day. That doesn't change whether it's like early on in the connection or 10 years down the road. This is something that this person wants to let you know, like, this connection matters. Love matters. I truly believe in love. It's not just a cliche. It's not just a hashtag. It's not just a word that is kind of like, very casual. It's deep, it's meaningful, and there's a certain series of actions that correspond with that. When that frequency has been activated within me, there I become someone else entirely. When I am motivated by love, I am willing to go to lengths that I don't for casual interactions, that I don't for people who, haven't kind of penetrated beyond that sort of surface level persona, or, the armor that this person wears around their heart, around their emotions, the ways in which they show up and they kind of keep certain aspects to themselves. Even if this is somebody that's very like loud and gregarious and very friendly, normally they got like a big presence, it feels like there's a hidden side of them, a sensitivity, kind of a contemplative part of them that people don't usually see. People wouldn't kind of guess they have this aspect to themselves at all, and yet you've brought that to the surface, or you're encouraging this person to like beckon you in closer so that you understand that like where they want this connection to head moving forward. That this is something that is just, it's special. This part is kind of like, only you could kind of bring this out of me. Only you could kind of put me in the right frame of mind or in the right emotional state in order to give of myself and be open to receive from you as freely as I feel is kind of right or necessary at this particular point in time. This is something where it's like, they're not just this way for everyone. Whatever it is that they're about to show to you, it's like only you've managed to kind of awaken this within, or bring this out of them at this point in their life, or for some like at all, like they're about to kind of showcase that love and affection in a way that's like nobody's ever brought that out of them. No one's ever brought this side of them out before. We also have, I've been receiving your telepathic messages. Yeah, so this person spends a lot of time thinking about you, a lot of time kind of like thinking about the future. They're trying to remain very like present, very grounded in the moment, enjoy every experience that they have with you, but it feels like they continue to become more and more comfortable with almost like the inevitability of where this connection is headed. It's something that doesn't fill them with a sense of almost like nervousness, like nervous anticipation, but it feels very peaceful. Even the idea of kind of the unknown, things that you haven't discussed with one another. Maybe they don't know how you feel about marriage, or if you want to have kids or not, or what your 10-year plan is, certain things about you that they still are waiting to discover, that, you got all this time to kind of learn one another, and there's so much that is a mystery. The idea of that, it's something like, we can take all the time that we need, and I am so ready to take the next step forward with you. This is somebody who's like definitely in the flow, in the moment. They definitely feel very close to you energetically. Actually, they want to create more closeness with you, because they continue to not just be amazed by what it is that you show them, or what it is you share about yourself, what it is that they are able to kind of like observe about you and sort of figure out for themselves based on what you're showing or not showing. But it's also when they enter into that kind of like realm of fantasies, it's like 7 of Cups energy, but not something that ties into like illusion. It's like there are so many different timelines, so many different possibilities between the two of you, and all of those seem very like glorious, very delicious, very desirable to this person. It's kind of like, whatever the future holds, I'm ready for that as long as I have you by my side. We also have the sexual thoughts that run through my mind. Yeah, so this person, they think you're very sexy, they're very attracted to you, but this is somebody that wants so much more than just, sex. This is somebody that wants something so much more than just a fling. They want more than just to be like friends with benefits or a little situationship. This is somebody that, wants to build a solid foundation with you. They want to let you know that they think that you check off all the boxes, all the whole list of requirements of like the ideal sort of qualifications in their perfect partner. You embody those things perfectly, as well as certain kind of attributes that they've never thought of before. As far as like physical qualities and attributes, you are definitely their type. And it feels like there's something about you where they're kind of like, I'm so glad that you didn't change anything about that part of you. There's some kind of like physical quality, physical attribute that maybe you'd thought to yourself, maybe I should get surgery, maybe I should have that like corrected, maybe I should, do something different in order to make this more pleasing, more appealing, more like everybody else, or kind of what the trend is, and you didn't, or you didn't yet. This person is like, no, I love that aspect about you. What you may see as like a flaw, what you may see as something that, is kind of like, it's not how everybody else is looking. It's not what everybody else has done. I love that about you. I see that you as like a rare person. The fact that you've kind of like kept this part of yourself preserved, as you are. They love your natural body. They love your natural presence. They love everything about you. Everything that you accentuate, the things that you hide, everything is just like very pleasing to this person. We also have, it feels like something is missing without you around. So this is something where this person like comes home from work, or maybe they're just like hanging out at their house, hanging out at their apartment, just sort of doing their thing, going through their routine, their alone time. Even if they have like friends or family over, there's almost a sense of kind of like they feel you energetically speaking, and they look around and it's almost disappointing that you're not actually there. This person could be like thinking about moving in with you, thinking about living with you. There's a sense like, I want you to be here on the holidays with me. I want us to, fall asleep in one another's arms. I want to wake up and see your face there beside me. I want to have like, our stuff, both our toothbrushes in the bathroom, our clothes in the closet together. I want your personal touch to be sort of put upon everything within my space. I want our, kind of style, our shared decor. I want our shared experiences. I want to cook meals with you. I want to do chores and dishes with you. I want to sit and like watch TV, and it's not like, okay, well, I guess I got to go home, or, I'm at your house, so now I'm going to go home. But it's like, this is our home. This is our shared space. So this person's definitely thinking like very seriously. Again, you've taken up residence in a very like special place within this person's heart, where the idea of like a greater commitment with you, something more permanent, something more defined, that doesn't bring forth any kind of fears of commitment within this person. They are really ready for whatever happens next. We also have, I know we are being spiritually guided. So this person could be like dreaming about you a lot. This almost feels like a person who maybe didn't pray very often, or they only prayed when it's like important. They reach out to their angels or to God, or, source, or whatever it is that they resonate with, their ancestors. And it's kind of like, okay, make this happen. This is something that I really want, or give me a sign if this is meant to be, or if I should be headed in a different direction. Like that's only kind of the conversation or the conscious contact that they create for like big milestone events, big decisions. You are one of those big milestone events. You are one of those big decisions. This is somebody who has prayed about this. They have asked for guidance. They have asked for signs. And what they have received back, the confirmation, the information, it feels like it is just screaming at them to continue to take steps forward towards you, to continue to keep their mind and their heart and their energy and their life open to the ways in which the two of you will continue to merge with one another. You will continue to blend with one another. You will continue to deepen this bond with one another. This is something where this person almost feels like you're the love that they have been praying for and waiting for. And that now that you've arrived, there has been this kind of sense within them where they just needed to be certain about that. Like they know logically, they know practically, they know emotionally, everything feels right about the situation. But it was almost like, let me check in with my spirit team, who I don't contact very often. And it feels like this is kind of giving me this sort of image in my mind of a person who's kind of like, okay, I hate to bother you. Like they're praying, they're like, I hate to bother you. I know it's only like when it's important things, and you've blessed me with so much, and I'm so grateful, and I love the life that I'm living. But can you give me a sign? Can you give me a nudge? Can you let me know, like, this is the right person? I think I might have met the one. I think this is the right situation for me. And, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, can you just let me know? And it feels like this is somebody who has been showered with signs. This is somebody who didn't just get like that one little confirmation. They didn't just get that one little clue, that one little acknowledgement. This is something where it feels like their spirit team has responded. That answered prayer, those confirmations, they keep coming in. It's like this person has sort of opened the floodgate to something. Now they look around and it's like all they see are these signs. Like the pressure is on from their spirit team. Like, okay, you asked for a sign, you indicated that you felt really strongly. We're saying yes, and we're going to keep kind of telling you that yes as you take these steps forward, as you stay the course, as you continue to be very brave in the face of what can be a very profound love story with this unique and exceptional individual, you the viewer, who has come into your life, who has been sent towards you, who has aligned with you at this time. Not just for something, again, that is kind of like, a temporary high, a temporary fix, something that is just like immediate or surface level pleasure, but a circumstance that can definitely develop into something that will be deeply emotionally fulfilling for the two of you, deeply spiritually fulfilling for the two of you, deeply actually fulfilling for the two of you. So this person is, again, that idea of like, they've thought about this too, like, this could be my wife, this could be my husband, this could be my spouse, this could be my life partner. And unlike past situations where the idea of that marriage or long-term commitment, that might have made this person feel kind of scared or uncertain. Kind of like, I don't know, if I get married, I only want to do it once, or maybe they did it once and it didn't work out. And so it's like, if I ever do it again, it's got to be for real this time. I want to be certain. I don't want to make the same mistakes twice or three times, or whatever it is that looks like. But with you in this circumstance, this is somebody that is like, it feels right. It feels natural. There's pressure to kind of like take steps forward, and yet it feels almost like, again, inevitable or something where it's like, it feels right to kind of be guided along and to also be assertive in expressing to you the truth of the fact that like they have developed deep feelings for you, real feelings for you. They're getting so many signs and indicators that this is something that is not just going to end up as like a lesson or a mistake, but that this is something that no matter what the challenges are that exist between the two of you presently, this is something that can turn into like a really good experience for the two of you. We also have, I know you are my twin flame. So ideas like twin flames, soulmates, the love of a lifetime, all of this fits in very much with what this person is feeling emotionally, with what they are thinking about, with what they are like envisioning for the future. So it feels like for a lot of you, they aren't really familiar with concepts or terms like that. Maybe soulmate, because it's kind of like, that's kind of a well-known term. Like a lot of people know or know of like, what is a soulmate? That wouldn't be something like, I don't know what that means. Twin flame, it's a little more obscure. So if any of those kind of ideas resonate with you, you may be kind of the person in this equation that has more of that knowledge, has more of that kind of understanding, maybe has, experience with people that you thought it was the twin flames, like a false flame or like a karmic person, a catalyst, something like that. You could have stepped away from the twin flame journey altogether, and now you have met your actual twin flame. For others of you, you're kind of new to that concept at this point. You're just stepping onto that journey, just starting to explore. And so you're the one that has this kind of like cognition of like, okay, this all seems to resonate, this intensity, this kind of very activating experience, this very kind of life-changing experience, even very early on. It's definitely resonating. For this person, they've got that resonance, but it's something that it's almost like without a label. Like it doesn't need a label, which is interesting because it feels like that idea of defining something, putting a title to it, putting a label on things. This is just something where it's kind of just like creating that closeness between the two of you. I belong to you and you belong to me. We're a couple, we're a pair, we're an item, we're a match. We are, we are with one another. We're each other's significant other. We are each other's plus one, husband, wife, life partner, mate, spouse. It's things that are a little more kind of like tangible or 3D. It's the idea as well of kind of labeling the idea of sort of like, okay, there was the, your space, my space. We have our shared experiences with one another, and it's creating this almost like place of unity. Our house, our television, our closet, our bed, our kitchen table, you know, our vacation plans, our holiday party. It's like that's the label that this person wants to kind of like attach to things. Is this kind of like you're both individuals, but it's this creation of this kind of like unity consciousness between the two of you. That is something that it feels like fits within this person's comfort zone, and brings them a lot of empowerment when they feel almost like, it may be too soon to ask you to marry them, and you run off together tomorrow and go get hitched. But it's something where it's like, yeah, I'm setting my sights in that direction of like date to marry. This experience, this closeness which has developed, these feelings that have developed within me, they don't feel temporary. It doesn't feel like anything that is going to kind of result in sort of a negative experience for me. It feels very positive. It feels very uplifting. I've gotten a lot of confirmations that my instincts are real. My intuition is valid, that these feelings are right. They are natural, they are good, that what is happening between the two of us is in accordance with our highest good. And so that is the guiding principle for them. So while you may be, finding a lot of strength or finding a lot of answers with that idea of kind of like soulmate, counterpart, soul connection, twin flame, things like that, this is somebody that feels like that they're operating more on that practical level of like, I just want you to be my baby. I just want you to be, the person that I come home to every day. I want to be the one that grows old with you. We also have, even though we're not together, I just can't see myself letting you go. Yeah, so this is definitely somebody that does not like the fact that you've got like your separate spaces, your separate lives. This is somebody that, they're not trying to kind of just like, okay, we're always with one another, and it's very codependent and it's very needy, but they definitely want to kind of like bridge that gap, bridge that distance between the two of you. This is somebody that feels like who values their independence. They value your independence. They like that you are two people who are very self-sufficient in that capacity. But when they think about the idea of kind of like creating that shared space, strengthening that shared space, or kind of like bringing that out in the open in some sort of way, that is something that feels right. It's kind of like we can go and have our separate lives, our busy lives, our things that we're involved in, our commitments, our duties, our obligations. But at the end of the day, we come home to one another. At the end of the long day, you're the person that I want to come home and just kind of like leave all that behind with, slip into something more comfortable, the authentic version of myself, this hidden version of me that like the world doesn't get access to, that it's just yours. And I want to witness that part of you that unfolds when you are in the presence of love, of true love, of real love, of genuine care and affection and attention. Like I want to show up, I want to be that person for you. We also have, I don't know how to express my love to you, so I keep it inside. Yeah, so there are deep feelings that this person has that they have not fully expressed. Even if they've said I love you, it feels like that has just scratched the surface of everything that has continued to kind of expand beyond that. Like love, if they said I love you already, this is something that was a very appropriate descriptor of what they were feeling at the time. But those feelings, they have grown tenfold. This is somebody that is kind of like, okay, I'm entering into this new territory beyond what affection could and should mean, what it has meant in the past, what love has been experienced like. This is somebody who is redefining. Every single day they redefine kind of like something that they like about you, even things that they find frustrating. There's almost like an endearing aspect to that it's kind of like they know that they're not approaching the situation with rose-colored glasses. They see you in a very kind of like flawed human way. They see your perfections. They love it all. And this is somebody that's like they feel that you just fit very, very perfectly with like their idea of what a true connection, an authentic connection, a genuine connection should be. And so however they've expressed their affection or their love or their gratitude for your presence in their life so far, this is somebody that wants to go further with that. They want to be more expressive. They want to make sure that you know that I only have eyes for you. I'm focused on this. I'm with you. I'm by your side. I want the same things that you want. I want more closeness. I want to provide you with reassurances. I want to be open and welcoming to the reassurances that you can provide to me. This is somebody that doesn't want you to like hide ways in which you might want to express love, that people in the past might have been sort of, not emotionally evolved enough to comprehend that, or could have been dealing with a lot of wounding and sort of, punished or pushed you away when you expressed your love very authentically. This person is different from all of that. This is somebody, it feels like that they are welcome to the ways in which you love, the ways in which you express, the ways in which you even express love for self. They love that all. They think all of that is very wonderful. And so they are wanting to kind of shower you with more affection, more praise, more kind of like true connection and demonstrations of their loyalty to you than has been the case so far, because they are in this for the long run. This is somebody that, sees a future with you, and they want to make sure that wherever you're at in your connection right now, whatever stage or phase you are at, that you understand that this is not like the end of the road for the two of you. There are many more beautiful years that they envision having with you, and many more like deep and expansive and new experiences that they want to create for you, guided by this kind of like powerful love that has activated within them and continues to grow by the day. So, those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.